The Emirati Human Resources Development Council in Dubai has partnered with the UAE Food and Beverage Business Group to launch a first-of-its-kind program called Ishraq. The program is aimed at creating a skilled Emirati workforce in the food and beverage sector, one of the strategic industries in Dubai and the UAE. We have His Excellency Sultan bin Said Al Mansouri, Chair of the Emirati Human Resources Development Council in Dubai, joining us to talk about the initiative now. Your Excellency, how will the Ishraq program that the Emirati Human Resources Development Council in Dubai launched today affect the economy and the F&B sector in specific?
Good evening. Thank you first for hosting me on this quite important issue. Which is actually part of the overall agenda of the federal government, matching that also with the establishment of the EHRDC, the Emirati Human Resource Development Council. Today, actually, we launch a significant initiative that I believe the HRDC has taken it in partnership with a very important sector, which is the UAE Food and Beverage Business Group. This is actually for the first time such a program has been launched, and it has been named Ishraq. It's actually no secret that the F&B sector represents a very strategic pillar of our economy. So these kind of steps to empower the Emiratisation in this sector and to be able to enable the generation of professional Emiratis in this domain is quite a significant step, especially that if we look at the recent quotes from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and the ruler of Dubai, in his vision, and he said that I would like to quote him here. He stated that today we start a new journey in 2023. We need to compete with ourselves, as he always highlights, but also it is the race against time. And part of this is actually how we position ourselves and to be able to also accelerate this process. And he made this as one of the 5 UAE priorities for the government in 2023. If you look at the numbers that came from the Chamber of Commerce about the participation and the size of this food and beverage trade, it actually surpassed almost $20 billion US dollars. This is only in the first 6 months of the year 2021. And the expectation is this is going to increase and grow into a much bigger number, which means the data that we have is quite important to also demonstrate the resilience and the importance of this sector for the country's economy.
Your Excellency, 10 top F&B companies signed MOUs and joined the Ishraq program in its first phase. Why is it important for the private sector to join the program?
Once again, I'll go to a very important point. I mean, the government of the UAE as well, the government of Dubai, created this beautiful partnership with the private sector and focusing, of course, in making sure the positioning of the UAE national in certain sectors. One of them is actually the F&B. Around 19 of these companies have actually joined in terms of identifying a career development program that will actually make this sector much more attractive as a career option for Emiratis. Of course, this is a structured one that includes assessment, it includes coaching, it includes also monitoring, and also a curriculum that is going to be integrated with the on-job training. So this whole thing is put together to be able to really create a clear career path for the new, basically Emirati who are joining this sector. And also it will provide, and there we have a number that we have identified, an on-job training for almost 500 of Emiratis annually. Of course, this is what we are doing here is we're creating more skilled professionals. We are identifying basically the sectors within the food and beverages sector. And we are also defining the more definition of the sector itself in terms of production, supply chains, and others. Of course, it's a milestone for all of us. It's part of our efforts in Dubai to develop the future and make sure it's a proof Emirati workforce that is going into this sector. But also it's helping us in another significant sector, which is the food security, which became a very important part of our agenda, our government agenda in the last 10 years.
We very much appreciate your time. Thank you, Your Excellency Sultan bin Said Al Mansouri.